Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Roofman. And this new dark comedy crime thriller comes to you from writer-director Derek Cianfrance, who previously did films like Blue Valentine and The Place Beyond the Pines and The Light Between Oceans. And here, taking things in an interesting direction, we have the story of Jeffrey Manchester, played by Channing Tatum, a charismatic criminal, while on the run from the police, hides in a hidden space in a Toys R Us. There he adopts a new identity and becomes involved with an employee, beginning a relationship as unlikely as it is risky. And this is indeed a true story. And Cianfrance does a great job of balancing. This film has a good sense of humor about it, but also there's some big emotional beats and also some thrilling elements as well. To not forget, this man's a criminal and does heists and, breaks into places through their roofs, Roofman. And I think that the film has this very raw docudrama kind of feel to it that makes it feel a little bit more intimate and engrossing. And I think that work is done well by cinematographer Andrzej Parekt, and the film has a good score from Christopher Bear, and I think Cianfrance does a good job of pacing this film. This is a little over 2 hours, but it moves. It has its energy about it, and it has this very visceral nature to it, this grainy realism to it. And you've seen that in Cianfrance's films before. And it is interesting, though, this is a bit tonally different than the rest of his films, as this is quite funny throughout. But like I mentioned, it balances those humorous moments. It has some really big emotional beats, especially in the second and third act, that really start the tears flowing. And this big climactic heist really does have a lot of tension and discomfort in that way, and it feels very raw and impactful. And from a story standpoint, I feel like the first act of this film is a lot of setup and isn't as engaging. It does have some well-written humor, and I'll get to the performances a bit, that really elevates it. But overall, I feel like this film, it gets its ducks in a row, and then it really hits gear. And it feels engaging. It feels impactful. You want to root for what's going on here. And because you have Manchester's old life, his 3 kids and his ex-wife, and that struggle of being completely cut out when he gets sent to prison. He escapes and starts hiding out at this Toys R Us. And you see him trying to make some kind of impact on the people around him. And there's this reoccurring character, Steve, played by Lakeith Stanfield, who keeps reminding Manchester's, played by Channing Tatum, how, this is real stuff. And there's no easy way out. And this film navigates that. I think thematically the film has some good ideas, especially when it comes to this idea of, what do people really want from us? It's not the money, it's not what we can buy them, it's the time. They want us. And the journey that Manchester has to go on in this film to realize that, the thing that was a big contributing factor to his previous life collapsing, here you really get that. And I think Manchester's a really interesting character. I think Lee Wainscott, who Kirsten Dunst plays, who is this love interest, she's strong. She has this good moral fiber, and that helps anchor the film down. And there's other fun, interesting characters. I love the dynamic that Manchester has with kids, and especially the daughters of Lee, and that dynamic and how that plays out. This is a story that's based on a true story. That certainly is one of those types of things that's so frustrating about something like this, is that things aren't going to work out, but you keep investing, and I think that says a lot about the story beats, the writing, the direction, but also the acting. Channing Tatum gives, I think, maybe his best performance. He's humorous. He has that physicality. He does some dancing, stuff like that. But he also has this emotional depth. There's multiple moments where he just lets it go, and it's so powerful and moving. And then Dunst gives a really strong top tier performance for herself as well, as a strong woman who knows what she wants and she's going to get it when she has it in front of her. And I think that Tatum and Dunst had amazing chemistry here. And there's multiple moments where she's singing in the choir at church and he's looking on, and you can feel Channing Tatum's facial acting in this film is off the charts for sure, and it really elevates it. And then you have so many other fun supporting characters. Lakeith Stanfield brings a little bit of weight and danger and reminding the audience, and also Manchester, that this is crime. This isn't something easy. I think Ben Mendelsohn does a really fine job in the film, being paired up as the husband and wife who run the church with Uzo Aduba, and they're really charismatic, and I love them in this film. Peter Dinklage is such a jerk, and also very funny as the boss at the Toys R Us. But you even have small roles like a Tony Revolori or a Jimmy O Yang, and these little performances that stand out in what they're trying to do. And I give a lot of props as well to the young actors who play the daughters to Lee. I think they do a really fine job. Overall, this ensemble is fantastic and really sells this story. And sure, it takes a little bit to get together. And, you know, it does really hit, though. This is a really effective, very powerful, moving film. And, like, I was shocked that C.M. France was the type of director who was going to do this. But you feel it. And all of it comes together to offer up such a wonderful film for sure. But those are my thoughts on Roofman. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.